Brett Hull didn't just play hockey, he owned the game. A legendary goal scorer, he not only shaped the Blues' history, but also added a burst of color with his vibrant personality. As a young player, Brett Hull wasn't initially seen as a pro prospect, and many doubted he could follow in his father's legendary footsteps. Despite early perceptions of being unmotivated, pudgy, and overlooked, Hull defied expectations and became the iconic Golden Jet. And one of the all-time great NHL players, he was destined for greatness himself. Over the course of his Hall of Fame career, Hull scored 844 NHL goals, secured 2 Stanley Cups, and surpassed his father's scoring records. Let's get into the intriguing story of how this self-described, lazy, and unwanted kid rose to join his father in the ranks of the greatest players in NHL history. Born on August 9, 1964, in Belleville, Ontario, Brett Hull was the 5th child of Chicago Blackhawks legend Bobby Hull and professional figure skater Joanne McKay. He also happens to be the nephew of another Blackhawks great, Dennis Hull. From the start of his hockey journey, Hull openly admitted to being a lazy player. Initially uninterested in skating, he found himself in the goalie position, but he eventually switched to defense and discovered his passion for shooting pucks. In 1972, Bobby Hull's legendary $1 million contract with the Winnipeg Jets led the family to move from Chicago to Winnipeg. Between the ages of 8 and 14, Brett played minor hockey in Manitoba. After practices, he often skated with the Winnipeg Jets, forming close bonds with his father's teammates, Anders Hedberg and Ulf Nilsson. While his dad didn't provide much instruction, he encouraged Brett to closely watch and learn from the dynamic Swedish duo. Brett's hockey days in Winnipeg started with a big success, winning the Quebec International Pee Wee Hockey Tournament in 1977. This tournament showcased future hockey legends such as Mario Lemieux, Patrick Roy, Steve Yzerman, and Pat LaFontaine. In a major upset, the Manitoba team, led by Brett, secured victory with his series-winning goal. Hockey halt. Despite the Winnipeg Jets dominating the WHA during Brett Hull's fun times, there was turmoil in his personal life. In 1979, Bobby and Joanne, Brett's parents, divorced. Brett moved to Vancouver with his mother and her new husband, along with his 2 youngest siblings. This was a period of little contact with his father over the next decade. By the age of 17, Brett had transformed into a self-described, pudgy, fun-loving music enthusiast who had essentially quit hockey. Despite his legendary last name, he became an overlooked and unwanted hockey prospect. In Canada, where players are typically drafted by junior teams, Tier 1 or Tier 2, after their juvenile league, Brett went unclaimed. Eligible for the NHL entry draft in 1982, he was still playing in the juvenile league and received no interest. At his mother's encouragement, Brett joined the Penticton Knights of the Tier 2 British Columbia Junior Hockey League in 1982-83. There, he rediscovered his love for the game, scoring an impressive 48 goals in 50 games. However, he continued to be ignored in the 1983 NHL entry draft as teams doubted his commitment to hockey. Finally, NHL teams took notice of Hull. After the 1983-84 season, Brett's outstanding performance saw him scoring 105 goals in 56 games, breaking the league's scoring record with an impressive 188 points. This was the time when the hockey world began to recognize Brett Hull's undeniable talent and commitment to the game. In the 1984 NHL entry draft, Calgary Flames GM Cliff Fletcher chose Brett Hull in the 6th round, 117th overall. Hull opted for a scholarship at the University of Minnesota Duluth for the 1984-85 season, scoring 32 goals as a freshman despite his still poor skating. The following season, he shattered the school record with 52 goals, earning recognition as a WCHA First-Team All-Star and a finalist for the Hobey Baker Award, honoring the NCAA's top player. In 1986, Hull sought to play in the World Ice Hockey Championships. Although Team Canada overlooked him, Team USA extended an invitation, recognizing his dual Canadian and American citizenship. Hull accepted, leading the team in scoring with 7 goals and 11 points. His international career started as he continued to represent Team USA. Choosing to turn pro after his sophomore season, Hull signed with the Flames and joined them during the 1986 Stanley Cup playoffs. In the subsequent season, the Flames assigned him to their AHL affiliate, the Moncton, New Brunswick Golden Flames, initially facing challenges with coach Terry Crisp benching him due to undisciplined play. Hull eventually earned a regular shift and scored an impressive 50 goals and 93 points, earning him the AHL Rookie of the Year title. However, Hull faced a setback when he was cut from Team USA for the 1987 Canada Cup, a rejection made more painful by the fact that the coach was Badger Bob Johnson, also the coach of the Calgary Flames. Nevertheless, Hull secured a spot on the Flames roster for the 1987-88 season. Although being benched at times, he still managed to score 26 goals in 52 games before not finishing the season with Calgary. On March 7, 1988, Brett Hull, along with Steve Bozic, was traded to the St. Louis Blues in a deal that sent defenseman Rob Ramage and goaltender Rick Wamsley to the Calgary Flames. Flames GM Cliff Fletcher, suspecting Hull's potential to become a superstar, took the calculated risk, aiming to acquire pieces he believed were essential for the Flames to secure the Stanley Cup. His decision paid off, as the Flames won the championship in 1989. Blues GM Ron Coran, who had long coveted Hull, was thrilled to finally acquire him in a trade that turned out to be a rare success for both teams. Coran's evaluation of Hull proved accurate when, in his first full season with the Blues in 1988-89, Hull scored an impressive 41 goals. However, Hull faced a surprising challenge during his year-ending meeting with coach Brian Sutter, who challenged him to elevate his game. Taking Sutter's challenge seriously, Hull arrived at the 1989-90 training camp in excellent shape and formed a potent line with center Peter Ziesel and left wing Sergio Momesso. Hull's goal-scoring prowess reached new heights, leading the league with an astonishing 71 goals. The departure of Ziesel in the offseason led to Hull teaming up with playmaking wizard Adam Oates on the Blues' top line, creating one of the most prolific duos in NHL history, aptly nicknamed Hull and Oates. The chemistry between Hull and Oates was magical, with Hull's goal total reaching an incredible 86 in the 1990-91 season, while Oates contributed an astonishing 90 assists in just 61 games, lead the league in goal scoring each season, and earn numerous accolades, including the Lady Byng Award in 1990 and the Hart Memorial Trophy and Lester B. Pearson Award in 1991, recognizing him as the NHL's most valuable player as voted by the league and his fellow players, respectively. His 86 goals in 1990-91 remain the third highest for a single season in NHL history. Unable to reach a contract agreement with the Blues, Adam Oates was traded midway through the 1991-92 season. During the contract stalemate, Blues fans booed Oates, prompting Brett Hull to controversially refer to them as losers, a statement he later retracted. Despite a drop in production without Oates, Hull remained the Blues' top offensive threat, recording his fourth and fifth consecutive 50-goal seasons in 1992-93, 54 goals, and 1993-94, 57 goals. On a personal level, Brett reconciled with his father, Bobby Hull, forming a strong father-son bond. While they didn't share the same body type or skating ability, Brett inherited the massive Hull forearms, a key physical trait that powered their powerful shots. But Brett continued to face criticism for his indifferent defensive play and the Blues' lack of playoff success. Hull clashed with head coach Mike Keenan, who joined the team in 1994-95, and despite being named team captain in 1992, he was stripped of the captaincy. The addition of Wayne Gretzky in the 1995-96 season raised hopes for improvement, but Gretzky played only 18 games, and Keenan did not re-sign him for the 1996-97 season. In the 1996 preseason, Hull led Team USA to victory in the World Cup of Hockey, but Canadian fans turned on him during the semifinal against Russia, booing him loudly in Ottawa. Despite the backlash, Hull remained loyal to Team USA, stating his commitment regardless of the circumstances. By early 1996, Hull and Keenan were engaged in media spats, leading to the Blues firing Keenan on December 19, 1996. After successful seasons in 1995-96 and 1996-97 with 43 and 42 goals respectively, Hull scored 27 goals in 1997-98, becoming an unrestricted free agent. He rejected a 3-year, $15 million offer from the Blues due to the absence of a no-trade clause. Hull left St. Louis, signing a 3-year, $17 million contract with the Dallas Stars on July 2, 1998. With the Dallas Stars, Brett Hull scored his most memorable and controversial career goal in the 1999 Stanley Cup Finals against the Buffalo Sabres. In the sixth game of the series, tied 1-1 in overtime, Hull collected a rebound in front of the Buffalo net and put the puck past goaltender Dominic Hasek to win the game and secure the Stanley Cup for Dallas. The Sabres immediately protested the goal, arguing that Hull's skate was within the crease, which, according to NHL rules at the time, would make the goal illegal. However, the NHL ruled that Hull had possession of the puck before entering the crease, deeming the goal legal. Opinions on whether Hull's goal should have counted vary. After the 2001-02 NHL season, the Stars chose not to exercise their option on Hull's contract, making him a free agent. Despite receiving lucrative offers from the Montreal Canadiens and New York Rangers, Brett signed a 2-year, $9 million contract with the Detroit Red Wings to pursue a second Stanley Cup championship, joining a star-studded team that had acquired goaltender Dominik Hasek and left-wing Luc Robitaille in the same offseason. Hull scored 30 goals that season as the Red Wings earned the President's Trophy for the NHL's top regular season team. Playing on a line with Boyd Devereaux and rookie Pavel Datsyuk, Hull referred to them as two kids and a goat. He then scored 10 goals in the 2002 Stanley Cup playoffs as the Red Wings defeated the Vancouver Canucks, St. Louis Blues, and the Colorado Avalanche on their way to their fourth final appearance in 8 years. Hull was the reason in Detroit's victories against the Carolina Hurricanes in the finals, and the Red Wings won the Stanley Cup. Brett Hull's 100th playoff goal was a significant milestone during this championship run. Hull had 2 more strong seasons in Detroit before signing a free agent contract with the Phoenix Coyotes in 2004. After the lockout year of 2004-05, Hull returned to the ice, wearing his father's jersey, number 9, retirement. After playing just 5 games and recording 1 assist, Brett Hull felt that he could no longer play effectively at the NHL level. In honor of his great contributions to the St. Louis Blues, the franchise retired his jersey number 16 in 2006. In 2010, the team revealed a statue of him in front of their arena. Brett Hull's shining career earned him induction into the United States Hockey Hall of Fame in 2008 and the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2009. In his 19 NHL seasons, the man once known as the Golden Brett stepped out of the daunting shadow of his Hall of Fame father, Bobby Hull, and created an amazing legacy of his own. Brett Hull marched to the beat of his own drummer, leaving an indelible mark on the sport. Looking back at Brett Hull's incredible journey in hockey, what's your favorite memory or highlight from the Golden Brett's bright career? Share your thoughts in the comments below.